What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here, and today we're taking a look at the GTMedia HDTV X1 box. It's HD tuner. It can do apps. It can do PVR. We're going to talk about that next on Geekazine. What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine over at geekazine.com, youtube.com/Geekazine, where you can like, subscribe, comment, and bell notification for the next video. Today we're taking a look at this right here. This is the GTMedia HDTV X1 Android TV box. It's a small little box. It's sitting right here. Comes with the box, comes with the remote. I did a full unbox earlier on the live channel on Amazon.com. Came out a couple months ago, I think July or something like that. And of course, they sent it for me to review. And that's where we get to the next part. They did send me one to review along with the antenna. We won't talk too much about the antenna because that's not part of the package. They're not sponsoring this video and they're not reviewing the video. All opinions are of my own. And I'm going to tell you really quick that there are some good things and there are some bad things about this and some scary things, but hopefully with some changes that could change it all. Everything's laid out over at my review section over at geekazine.com/review. You can find that right down there. And then if you have any questions, you got a product you want me to take a look at, all you have to do is contact me and we'll get in the studio. Like I said, I unboxed this on the live channel a couple days ago and on Amazon a couple days ago. And the setup fairly straightforward. We unboxed it. We saw all the features. We'll show you the features really quick in a second here. Connected up to the TV. I had some problems with the channel scan, and that's the point where we stopped. I did the channel scan after that, and no problems. Now, the one thing about this is GTMedia is it is supposed to work with ATSC and ATSC 3.0. That's what's called next generation TV. A lot of locations don't have next gen TV just yet. If you're in like New York, Minneapolis, big cities like that, they'll have a next gen TV, but not everything is ATSC 3.0. And that's interesting because back in 2016, I believe, I actually walked around and learned a lot about ATSC 3.0, thinking that we had an ATSC 3.0 TV station out here. Maybe we did at one time. Maybe it got taken down. I don't know. The whole point is I cannot test the ATSC 3.0 features. And what's that? Basically, it's the ability right now with ATSC, which we all have, you can get up to a 1080i video from any of the channels. ATSC 3.0 would bring in up to 4K signal and have smart media options to it. Like, for instance, you could be sitting there and watching a cooking show, and all of a sudden you could say, hey, I need to get myself some cheese for whatever they're making, and then go in and actually order the cheese from the TV. So that's what ATSC 3.0 is, basically giving you internet on the TV. Now, the box itself, to work with ATSC 3.0, of course, you need to have that internet connection. Basically, we have the antenna. We have a LAN port. It's also Wi-Fi enabled, which is what I'm running right now. We've got an HDMI and then, of course, the power. On the side, we have USB 3.0 port. You could actually add storage. There's only 32 gigs of storage in here, and that could be filling apps or anything like that. And if you're going to be using this as a DVR, you'll probably want to put something extra on it and extend from there. In the front, we have an indicator light telling us if it's on or off. And then on the top, this actually will change color. Right now, when you start, you'll see it as blue because it's not connected. I'm connected up to my Wi-Fi, so it's green, but every now and then it'll flash red when it's lost the connection. Setting it up like any other TV, you go in and you search the channels. And of course, I've got a few channels that are working here. Going on in the background, we see the list of my channels. You'll be able to get your CBS, your NBC, your whatever stations in whatever market you're in. Settings, straightforward. We go to settings. We can go to our channel manager. We can set up our time settings, our captions, audio personalization, and then, of course, the DVR. For instance, if I wanted to record this show right now, I can hit start PVR, and it's starting. We've got a commercial going. It's the news that's going. But notice right here on the top corner, that's going to stay up until you stop the recording. I don't think there's a way to actually remove that. Maybe an update will fix that, but not right now. And we can watch that back if we wanted to. All right. Going back to DVR, we can go to Broadcast app, and what this is the ATSC. And as you can see, this channel is not supported ATSC 3.0. And like I said, most of your channels will not be unless you're in a major market. So we'll hit OK there. And then, of course, they have a little Join Us where they have all their little information on this whole box. Now, let's exit out of the TV because you can do that to get into the app side of things. And this is where things get a little bit questionable. I'm going to start by saying that this box is relatively new, less than 6 months. In fact, I took it apart and opened it up. The PCB board on this actually was built in May of 2024. And that was pretty interesting. You had the processor, you had the memory on there, the antenna, there was a little plug that plugged in this LED light. Very straightforward. What was interesting is now on the software here. So it's really more than just a TV tuner. We can do a lot more, including go in and play some apps. Now, this is where I have a little bit of problems with this device right here. And I highly recommend that you use this sparingly. You can log into your Netflix. You can log into your Hulu, Disney Plus, YouTube. What I would highly recommend is when you do log in, create yourself a dummy account. An email address, that's pretty much only for this TV. Here's where the problem comes in. So we've got all our apps and everything like that. But if you come up here, we'll go to the settings here and we'll go down into the device preferences. And in the About, we see everything about this. This is the Android TV OS version 11. And look at that security patch level. That's October 1st of 2021. The security patch is older than the device. And with that, that brings up some security issues for me. So that's why I highly recommend if you put an email address on, don't use the same email address that you use to pay all your bills or log into all your networks or anything like that. Create a new Gmail address and then use that for this. Quick update to the GTMedia. I did reach out to GTMedia and asked them why the security update was at such a low point. They actually came back and said that they don't do the software for that board and a update was coming very soon. And that's really interesting because on their website, it actually does say always up to date, never outdated. And the next question is, will this box be able to use Android 13? Because that's the most recent version of Android TV. When I tore apart the box, I saw an Amlogic S905Y4 processor. This is an ARM Cortex A35 with a Mali G31 MP2 GPU for graphics. It can definitely do Android 13 and it can definitely do video up to 4K 120 frames per second. So this chip can do Android 13. Why it's on Android 11 right now, only the manufacturer can tell me. And as I said before, they couldn't, which basically means they're a middleman, which also means that the GTMedia might show up as another box with another brand name on it. But my understanding is there's an update coming very soon, and when that happens, we will update you on that as well. Now, before we get back into the video, I do have merch available in t-shirt form, including I Like Geek Butts and I Cannot Lie, the Geek AI t-shirt, and a lot more. You can go over to amazon.com/shop/Geekazine and go to the merch section from there, or you can get it through Teespring if you're on YouTube. All you have to do is hit that shop button and check out the t-shirts from there. And of course, that supports the channel. I thank you very much. Now let's get back into the video. The other thing that I'm finding about this is the way that the apps get loaded. This one does load up the Play Store, but you'll notice certain apps on here already, like for instance, Netflix, like Chrome or anything like that. They're not going to update through the Play Store. They're going to update through this guy right here, Apatow TV, which when you sign into the TV, you sign into Apatow TV. Keep in mind, that's creating a different account. Some of these have some pretty current versions, but some of them, like for instance, Chrome, this is one that really bothers me. Chrome and Firefox are not up to their current version. In fact, this is Chrome 1.0. Whereas if you went to like a Netflix version 11.0.8, and it does say that it's a trusted app. Now, where is it getting trusted from? Is it through Apatow or is it through Google? Chrome, you usually do a banking through. You usually log into your email through Chrome. I wouldn't trust that thing. not to save my life. You can download some, your Hulu or whatnot, anything that's not going to expose credit cards. Plus, you can download some games, fairly straightforward. Bomber Friends, Pac-Man 256. We are installing into that 32 gigs of memory that's on board. Install the app. Fairly straightforward, as you can see. And keep in mind, some games will not play unless you connect up a Bluetooth device like a joystick. I found that, I can play through the remote control. Let's go ahead. Let's just hit play. Using the remote control on there, we don't want to power up. There we go. So now I'm going to start playing it, and I'm just using the remote control. All right, so now you might be asking yourself, is this the box that I should be getting, or should I look at something else? Well, the reality is inside the box, it has everything that it needs to produce content for viewing, games and everything else. It's really just the fact of updating it to 13, because that was Android TV OS 11. For a box that only is less than 6 months old, having it on software and firmware that's over 3 years old really concerns me. Bottom line, you're looking for something that can turn a monitor into a TV, then the X1 might be a good deal. But keep in mind, also watch where you're getting the deal from. I've seen the prices on Amazon. This is going to be about $100. But if you get it on something like Alibaba, the price cuts in half. You might have to wait a little bit longer for it. So if you're looking for a good tuner, check this one out. It does not come with the antenna, which is why I didn't talk about the antenna that they supplied with the unit. The best thing to do is just to get a really good antenna. And I'll link to an antenna that I use for my boxes. But what do you think about the GTMedia? Do you have one? Do you use one? Let me know in the comments below over at geekazine.com or youtube.com/geekazine. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Till next time, my name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out and cut your cord.